CSK as we usually do.
Hell yeah.
So we're recording this on a Monday, and they played last night. And as they've been doing recently, Ruturaj and Conway had another great opening stand, 100 plus run stand. Conway with an 80 odd. Ruturaj again had a good start. They've been doing really well. Vivian, you're the CSK fan here.
Hell yeah.
What do you think of their resurgence?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it may be a little too late because no matter how well they play, it's up to the other teams to fail because they have a very slim chance. It's up to the other teams to sort of fail and their net run rate to be perfect, and a lot of things need to go their way that's beyond their control. So it's a bit late in that front, but regardless, yeah, we talked about Conway. Ever since Conway has returned, man has been a beast. We talked about one of his games last week. Since then, CSK have played a couple more games, and Conway has been great in both of them. Obviously, last night was their game against the Delhi Capitals, another team that's sort of fighting for the top four spot. And yeah, CSK did really well, scoring 208. And yeah, the thing about Conway and Ruturaj, as you said, as Om mentioned last time, it's a fantastic opening this thing. Whether it'll be enough to take them through is we're unsure about that. But another great innings from Conway, and we even saw like a fairly decent cameo from Shivam Dubey, who also performed well earlier in the tournament. We got an informish MSD. We got a pretty fire MSD towards the end as well. So yeah, overall is a pretty good showing. Obviously, Jaddu was not in the team, and Bravo was able to come back. So and it paid off, right? Bowling wise, we did really well. We dismissed DC for a low total. So yeah, what are you guys' thoughts?
We also saw different styles of batting from Devon Conway. Even in the interview, he mentioned that against someone, he swept the ball a lot and he was playing the reverse sweep and sweep shots a lot. But then last night against Delhi, Dhoni told him that the spinners will try and bowl fuller and like attack on the LBW option. So instead of sweeping, go down the ground and take them on. And I think we saw 4 to 5 sixes where he just went down the ground and hit Kuldeep and the other spinners over the head. So he's been a great rock for them. Shocked that he didn't play towards the beginning of the season, but now that he's back, it's all well and good for CSK.
Yeah,
I think the middle order still needs some work. Dhoni firing is good, but for retentions towards the next season and looking forward the next 3 to 4 years, their middle order still needs a lot of work. I think a good player that they can target next year to spruce that up should be Ben Stokes. Well, looking at their bowling, I think Mukesh Chaudhary has been excellent for them. I mentioned this last time also. Mukesh Chaudhary is doing a fantastic job. Wayne Pretorius, every time he plays, he does a good job. Bravo, every time he plays, he does a good job. Highest wicket taker in the IPL. I mean, you can't expect much more from him. So I think overall, when the opening partnership performs as they are, CSK look like a side that's going to win. But if both of those openers fail on a set day, then they don't look like they're going far at all.
Yeah, I agree.
Mukesh has been really good for them this season. Up at the top, usually he's been really impressive in the power play, picking up wickets consistently after his first few games. And last game we saw something new from him. He's usually just bowled 3 overs in the power play and then the others bowl in the death. But Dhoni got him back towards the middle, and he actually picked up 2 key wickets, one of Akshar Patel, and that was such a beautiful ball. It was a top of leg stump to a left-hander. It swung away from him. It was a great ball, and it's good to see the exciting young talent really shining this year.
Yeah, and one more thing about Devon Conway. Om obviously mentioned that he sort of switched some of the shots he was playing, and you could see like in the last game, he was sweeping a lot, and a lot of them were sort of unsuccessful. But that was clearly like something he was trying to do. But also in the last game where him and Ruturaj had like a great stand of, it was their highest, is CSK's highest opening stand. It was like 182 or 183. In that game, you could see Ruturaj took the initiative and Devon Conway was sort of on the back foot at the beginning, sort of just playing it slow, going at just above run a ball until he really needed to fire towards the end. But in this game, he was sort of he was much more the aggressor, and Ruturaj took it a bit more slow. So we saw different gears from both the openers, and both times fantastic stand for CSK. And it's obviously a direct correlation between whether CSK's openers do well and where they win the game. It's pretty obvious. And yeah, if they can keep performing like this, CSK can definitely win their next few games. They have a game against Gujarat, and Gujarat recently got their streak broken, as we talked about last week. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, it seems like CSK have gotten things together. Now we'll talk about a topic that I'm sure Vivian is very hopeful about, their qualification chances. I'll just give you the stats a bit. So with their current run rate, CSK have a 0.78% chance of qualifying, 0% for the top two. In any scenario, they won't get to the top two. But for top four, if they have all 20 run wins, they have a 3.39% chance of qualifying. Same for all 35 run wins, 3.39% chance of qualifying. And if they have all 50 run wins, even with that much of a boost to their net run rate, they still have only a 3.39% chance of qualification. So like I've given you all the stats, but if you just ignore the stats and just feel your gut, do you think they have a realistic chance? Because they need to win all of their matches, and they need all of the contenders in the middle. So I think that's around 5 teams to win only one to lose one match.
Yeah, so if you're asking me whether I think CSK will win their next few matches, I think yes. I think CSK will win their remaining matches, but I don't think they'll qualify because I think there's too much that the other teams have to do in order to let CSK qualify.
Yes, CSK, KKR, and Mumbai are essentially knocked out the way I see it, even though they're not. But to anyone
Mumbai is, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, Mumbai is actually knocked out, but to anyone with brains, 10 teams, seven wins, you don't get in. 8 teams maybe, but with 10 teams, no. And people in the middle, they're obviously going to win a couple of games each themselves. So CSK aren't qualified, and yeah.
Yeah, that's it about CSK. I think